I don't see how he thinks that all of a sudden there's this necessity for him to be involved in these conversations when he's been out of every other meeting that we've had so far. There's been no student rep other than Laura, and all of a sudden, purely because he's pulled out some stops to get Jane down here, that he feels it's his obligation to be in these conversations, when even having conversations with the Dean of Students and with our principal of Byam Shaw, hasn't felt the need to be there. We need to put that to him, I think.
I think the general feeling here is that we don't trust him, and it's that simple. And I think that it's nothing that we've done to him. It's probably, I don't want to directly say it's one thing that he's done to us, but I just have a feeling that him being in there isn't, I mean, maybe he is representing a whole student body, but he's not representing us. And I feel that maybe we should accept a student union representative, but just someone who is totally, so far, uninvolved. And it's just a very superficial, basically, presence, a very superficial presence. I mean, I don't actually have any more.
Well, yesterday we discussed this at length, and I think towards the end we were getting to a point that maybe it was somebody other than you from the student union in the meeting as a presence, and not as a spokesperson for us. And then there seemed to be a consensus that was.
You guys are the spokespeople for your campaign and this kind of thing. We've got Jake Wiseman coming down, who's one of the student officers. CSM college officer. He should be here by 10:30, and he's really happy to be that person, that presence in that meeting, get me there. It's not about who we're sending in from there, it's not about me having a presence. It's about you guys having someone who's a little bit separate from just Byam Shaw, has got an overview and can help you with your argument there. So shall I give Jake a buzz and see if he's happy to do that? Would everyone be happy with that?
Anyone object to having a student union rep there today? Okay, so in terms of who it is,
I mean, Laura, you've met these people, so it's
I was going to suggest that perhaps Kit would be better than Jake. I've met Jake before, and he's a nice guy and everything, but when I've talked to him about Byam Shaw issues, he has, at the time, he might have changed his position on it now, was quite, oh well, you're just being selfish, we don't get all that. So, whereas Kit isn't. And I think he's shown far more support and in him coming down and being here and getting up really early and coming up out of hours.
One of the things that you might want to call for is for them to engage in some kind of legal agreement about communication of budget controls. That would be because obviously that won't be the details of that won't be thrashed out in an hour's meeting. But to start that process, and then we can bring on people who can advise nationally on what that might happen there, so that we can get some kind of contract on that.
So there's another really important point about keeping our name and keeping the identity of Byam Shaw separate from St Martin's. Like, for example, when I first met Jake, the CSM officer, I said to him, I'm from Byam Shaw, and he was like, no, you're from St Martin's. No, you're not. Like, really? And it's like, no, I'm from Byam Shaw. Byam Shaw is a place with a great individuality, and it's so important for that to be retained as part of the community that it is here. And if that's the opinion and the mindset of people who are in Central St Martin's, then that's, and the idea that the BA course is going to be merged with the BA course at Central St Martin's, so it won't be called Byam Shaw Fine Art, it will be a pathway. And you've got to make it clear that these are the things that you stand by, and not just, be fobbed up again. You've gotten to this point, and any proposal that she does make, if it's far off any of these things, you need to make it clear this is what we want.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's for the student body downstairs that we represent.
Sorry.
It's for total transparency.
Sorry.
Can I ask you your reason for?
Not what I have agreed to or accepted. You're here to represent them. You're the people I'm having a discussion with.
Well, we're not making decisions for them.
No, that's fine. You can no, that's fine.
The reason why tutorial hours are going down, or so it seems, is because they're trying to level it out on
And
right, across all the
basis,
courses
yeah.
and all the students in all the colleges, so that it's fairer for them.
And also the costs went up above their increase, because they did increase it, but the costs went up more than the increase.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Also, the tutors are being paid more. They've had increased wages because of the government agreement. Of the what's it called?
It was the UCU.
Yeah, which was a huge.
Because of the way the economy went, which was.
And the reason that that's come from AL hours is because it's easier to move their hours than it is for permanent staff. Yeah.
Let's pinpoint what happened in the meeting, because we
We'll
do
talk about
need to go and talk to them.
So all that was covered, and then to summarise, she said we have to redeploy costs against. We have to redeploy costs against income in response to the nation's current financial climate. That's basically what she said. Well, the cleaning company know the hours that they owe the students. It's just the management at the cleaning company is so atrocious that nothing gets done for about 3 or 4 weeks anyway.
This is what she said. She said that it's these kind of companies where we're not getting value for money.
Yeah. It's just no.
Well, no. Well, we're going to have an elected officer.
Yeah, I don't get what she was saying.
But she was saying no to the essence of the question, that we will not be able to sit on anything that decisions are made.
Well, no, it's only this college management team that we won't get a seat on, and
we have.
What's that? The only
So
thing is the
what we
college
do, we're
management
invited.
team.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, the thing that you were, from the veto is the thing that she seems to have been against. The main decision-making body at the college is the college management team. That basically the people that sit on that are heads of various areas of the college. So that's head of college, let's say head of here, so Alistair or Vladimir from Drama Centre London, and from textiles and fashion textiles, that kind of thing. So heads of departments, heads of LLR, head of student life, that kind of stuff. People are invited along to come visit, and termly, as of this year, I was invited to do an update, and then I was invited to come back, and if I can't make it, Kit can come back, or both of us, or whatever. So they have student representation there, but we don't have voting rights, purely because the majority of the meeting is not really anything to do with, it's not really the kind of stuff that the students really need to deal with. It's more like staffing issues or building issues or stuff that actually students may have a say in, but it doesn't directly affect their life, and it doesn't affect, the decisions are maybe not necessary for students to do that. They last for ages, they last about 6 hours, depending on how long they drag on. It's just unnecessary for students to sit there for so long. But they're invited along to address, to ask questions. Well, I was invited along to address, say what's going on, ask questions. Students can't vote on it. Students have no decision making on college management team.
because it's a staff group.
But we have a presence there if need be, and if Byam Shaw wanted to bring something up, we could try and we can try and make sure that it does get through to there. But also you can easily just set up meetings with Jane's happy to meet with people to talk about stuff, or anybody else. So I don't know whether or not you wouldn't be able to get voting rights, but we can't get them either.
She's definitely not happy to set up meetings. We've been trying since October. That's definitely not Byam Shaw students.
But when we've got a Byam Shaw rep, we link up properly.
She meets up with me whenever I need, because I'm a rep, and if you have an elected rep,
So let's kind of, we're not having meetings.
but you're going to have one, so that's sorted. You're going to get one.
So you're saying that the reason why we didn't have previous meetings with Jane, or that they were difficult to get, is because we don't have a
No,
rep?
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I am a rep and I get meetings. You didn't have a rep and you didn't get meetings. It's an observation.
I mean, you essentially are rep, but it's difficult to communicate.
That's exactly it. I am your rep. You could get these issues to me, but somehow the issues haven't got to me, so I haven't been able to.
Well, we didn't even know that you were a rep until you just walked in this door. So this is what I mean by communication.
No one here voted for you because we didn't even know that you were standing for them.
Yeah,
we decided that
but I mean, it is a problem, and
We're now going to have.
that's why we changed the structure. That's why the
We've sorted that.
So we're going to have